Hello and welcome to the John Ark Show. Today's episode is called FTX Crypto Collapse is Not What It Looks Like. Before we begin, I want to encourage you to subscribe to our channel for free. You can also like, comment, and follow us. We're going to have a lot of great celebrity interviews coming up, so make sure to click on that notification bell so you can be notified every time we upload a new episode. Also, we ask that you post a link to today's show on all your social media to help get the word out. Now, let's get started. The recent FTX event has completely destroyed what little confidence or belief most people had in crypto. Why is that? Because even prior to the FTX event, most normal and reasonable people were completely unconvinced that crypto was anything more than a fraud. There is still very little, if any, regulation in the government oversight. Many of the people on Wall Street or in Silicon Valley that were pumping this nonsense in the media each week were sketchy at best. Using crypto to make purchases or sales never really gained much traction. And I'll tell you what else. Based on what we're hearing from sources, it now appears more and more likely that this is not just a theft. This appears to be more and more a case of massive worldwide money laundering going on. And all you have to do is spend 5 minutes online to see who's laundering the money for who. But this is becoming more and more apparent. Now, a few years ago, people would see crypto ATMs in gas stations and stare at them like they were from the planet Mars. They'd walk up to them at the gas station and stare at the screen and try and make some sense of it, but you never saw anyone actually use any of them. Next, the crypto-tards would spend all their time trying to convince you that crypto wasn't a currency, but rather a store of wealth, as if that somehow, made things okay. Well, the problem is that people would check their phones every few days and see very wide price swings in the crypto market and then ask themselves, do I really want to see the worth of my store of value, which is what they were claiming crypto was, a store of value, change so dramatically each week? At the very least, it was concerning. At worst, it gave the impression that the price was being wildly manipulated. Then comes FTX and Sam Bankman-Fried and his supposed liquidity crunch. Do you know what the word liquidity crunch is starting to sound more and more like a synonym for? It's starting to sound like a synonym for we stole your money and you're never getting it back. That's what it sounds like, especially in a situation like this. The phrase liquidity crunch has always been dubious, but now it's becoming to seem like a synonym for criminal activity. That's because if crypto is not a currency, but a store of value, as they claim, then why the liquidity crunch? Homes and cars and silver coins are regarded as assets, but you don't see their prices swinging wildly, and you don't see those assets disappearing every other day. Yet that happens regularly to cryptos. Next, we have Sam Bankman-Fried. The minute he fails to raise more money to unload his crappy company, then what happens? On November 11th, he steps down from FTX and the media starts tracking his location. In various stories, in various media sources, there are reports that he's fled to the Bahamas, or he's fled to Dubai, or Argentina, or who knows. Then his wife starts doing videos talking about how she only needed elementary math to do her job with her husband or ex-husband, or whatever that situation over there is. The more we hear about that situation, the more strange it sounds. Now, the Manhattan District Attorney's Office is reportedly investigating this couple, Sam and his so-called wife or ex-wife or whatever. What's interesting is that when someone normal and legitimate gets ripped off or has some of their assets or stores of wealth stolen, then they don't get on a plane and start hopping from one non-extradition country to another. What they usually do is stay home and help the authorities try and track down their stolen money. Help the authorities in any way they can. Here's an interesting question for you. When they say the money disappeared, what exactly does that mean? People love to talk about how safe and secure crypto is, but most people know its movement can be tracked on the blockchain. So who's fooling who? Why is no one talking about tracking its movements? Why is no one asking Sam or his so-called wife to sign a sworn statement or asking them if they filed a police report? Have they? If not, why not? So when people see this kind of nonsense, they not only get suspicious, but they start to believe that there is something much worse going on. And you know what else we start to see happening? We start hearing a lot of silence, deafening silence, from all the celebrity morons out there who helped push their fraud onto the public, all the hedge funds and everybody else. How many of the celebrity pump and dumpers are offering to return the money they were paid for promoting this crypto fraud to the public? Are any of them offering to send that money to the poor victims whose life savings disappeared into this rat hole investment? What about all the media organizations that got paid tremendous amounts of money to promote the ads for all these cryptos and exchanges and all the nonsense? And if they're not returning the money, why aren't they being forced to? This is why there's a silent exodus going on now in crypto. No one wants to discuss how badly they got ripped off by investing in crypto. They just want to try and get their money back as quickly as possible. And guess what? Many of them will never see that money again. What happens next? We suspect we're going to start hearing more and more financial institutions that lost their money, and they'll start talking about why they had to write it off and how they were deceived. Already we're starting to hear that regulators are halting the merger of two major banks that were both in trouble and were hoping to merge in order to remain solvent. Now, we don't give financial advice. We do, however, report on what we see the so-called smart money doing, as well as what we see the uninformed, low information money doing. And the impression we get is that there is now zero interest in crypto. I don't know anyone I respect that still holds any crypto in high regard or still wants to purchase it. Everybody wants to just get out. So what should you do if you own crypto? Well, as I said, we don't give financial advice, but a lot of very high-level investors are running for the doors and they're paranoid as heck. By the way, do you know who else is getting out of crypto? The world of organized crime. We're hearing unconfirmed rumors that criminals are getting out of crypto as fast as they can. That should tell you something. And you know what else is happening out there? You know, in the cartels and the mafia and the world of organized crime, we're hearing unconfirmed rumors that criminals are getting out of crypto as fast as they can. That should tell you something. You know what else is strange? When people launder money for organized crime and that money gets stolen, like by some crypto douche-tard, you know what happens to that crypto douche-tard? Oftentimes, they disappear. And I think we're going to be hearing about a lot of guys involved in money laundering who were using crypto to launder money for criminals. They're going to start disappearing. One more thing I want to say. You know, the major players on Wall Street in New York, they've always made fun, and the celebrities too, the celebrity endorsers and the hedge fund morons. They've also always made fun of middle America, saying that they're unsophisticated, they're easily deceived. But you know who else was really ripped off on a scale like never before? You know who else was really unsophisticated and easily deceived? All those hedge fund morons, all those celebrities who took millions of dollars, not just the actors, but the athletes. They took millions of dollars. And you know what's going to be really funny? When they're forced by the courts to send that money back to the poor people who it was stolen from. That's going to be entertaining. So good luck. Thank you for watching. I want to encourage you to subscribe to our channel for free. You can also like, comment, and follow us. We're going to have a lot of celebrity interviews coming up, so make sure to click on the notification bell so you can be notified every time we upload a new episode. Also, we ask that you post a link to today's show on all your social media to get the word out. Thank you, and we shall talk to you soon. Bye-bye.